Boxing Kangaroos. Brings it all back, doesn't it? For a while, that boxing kangaroo was almost Australia's trademark. Actually, they don't really box. They do this. They grapple with each other and kick. And although that's a still photograph, I can show you something that's amazingly lifelike for boxing kangaroos. First of all, I'll show you what it comes from. It's an old toy that used to be made out of carved wood about 100 years ago, but I've made it out of cork and it works just as well. Here we are. It was known as the wrestlers. There were two little figures there, strung on a piece of thread and with very loose fitting arms and legs. And when you twitched the thread, they did amazing things. They'd bounce up and down and kick each other and give each other a solid walloping and fly into the air and try and toss each other about. A real old set too. Well, that action is very much like the kangaroos when they grapple. So here's how we make it, and I'll show you the person version and the kangaroo version at the same time. You start with a cork and you cut the top off with something like a hacksaw, and you get a little bit like that. That can be a head and the rest can be a body. And you put it together in this way. First of all, a long pin, it has to be long, otherwise it won't go through the lot. Push it down through the head, and if you cut a piece of drinking straw about so long, that makes quite a decent neck, like that, and that into the top of the body will give you the basis of the figure. Head, neck and body. For the kangaroo, you cut a wedge-shaped head and stick onto it ears, and at the back you stick on a tail. You can make a little slit in the cork which will take it in if you like. For the legs and arms, I simply use, well, thick paper, thin cardboard, take your pick. And for the arms, remember that they have to go from one creature to the other. You do it like this. Fold the paper over, that means you can cut two identical ones, and cut a shape which I suppose is about so wide. I'll clip that out. Round it off at the ends. I'll do it roughly, but you get the idea. And make it about so long. You'll soon find out if it's not right. The creatures will be too close to each other. And you'll need to make a little hole right in the middle, get that even, one at the end for the pin, and one at that end for a pin as well. And those are the arms that join kangaroo to kangaroo, and there's a hole in the middle for the thread. And again, for each kangaroo, make identical legs. They're sort of L-shaped for a roo. They come down from there, around into the feet, and you'd make a pinhole at the top so that you can put it onto the animal. Okay, well, enough of that. I'll show you the finished article. Here we are. These are kangaroos all assembled. You can see the wedge-shaped heads with the ears on them, the tails glued on the back, those arms going from roo to roo, loose hanging legs. Make sure they're very loose, and you probably need short pins there, otherwise they'll poke through the other side. And everything is nicely, loosely jointed. And there's the hole right in the middle of the arms for the thread to go through. You notice it's right in the middle, so they form a seesaw, and one isn't heavier than the other. Okay, well, of course, they look better if they're painted, and I think red roos look best. So here's the finished version. A thread parallel to the tabletop, and when you put the creatures in the middle, their feet should just clear the tabletop, and you're ready to go. Tap the string and move it from side to side. I think the side-to-side movement's the best, and you get boxing kangaroos.